Aloha and welcome to Hawaii Tropical Botanical Gardens new season, Conversations in the Garden, where we take you, our viewers, around the garden sharing plant care information, highlighting rare and endangered plants, and many more interesting facts found in the garden. Today, we have Steve, who'll be discussing tips and tricks for successful plant care, from overwatering, underwatering, choosing the right soil, and how to deal with pests. In today's episode of Conversations in the Garden Plant Care, mistakes to avoid.
Hello, I am Steve, and we will be talking today about garden plant care, mistakes to avoid. We'll be covering some common issues that plant lovers usually face: overwatering, underwatering, wrong soil types, as well as pests, neglect, and disease. Proper plant care is vital to a thriving garden. Concluding this episode, we hope that you feel more confident in growing a healthy garden. Overwatering is a common mistake that occurs when plants receive more water than their roots can absorb. This leads to the soil becoming oversaturated and basically suffocating the roots, preventing them from absorbing oxygen over time. This can lead to root rot, which is when a plant stops receiving nutrients through the soil because of the supersaturated water. So one good way to determine if a plant does have is overwatered is sticking your finger in about an inch or two down into the soil. The moisture level of that soil will reflect if it does need to be watered or less watering. A well-draining soil does dry out faster, and while more dense soils will retain water a lot better. So that could cause some distress on your plant, depending on your plant's needs. This is a good example of a plant that has a good watering schedule. This plant, as you can see, has very little discolorations. It's very firm and is not wilting. If you stick your finger into the dirt on this one, it's quite moist and it does stick to your fingers, meaning that its water is adequate. Paying attention to the plant is going to be a very crucial role as far as overwatering and underwatering, because each plant has a different need for watering. The soil type also does make a big difference. How well it drains, how well it retains nutrients. We'll cover that in a little bit later segment. Finding a nice balance is a key to a thriving plant. Not overwatering or underwatering that plant, as well as having a good soil content, is very important to having your garden flourish successfully. Underwatering occurs when there's not enough water for a plant to succeed. Some symptoms of this are going to be wilting and leaf drop. Wilting occurs when there's not enough water for a plant to keep firm. Its extremities starts to curl or start to droop. Leaf drop occurs when a plant tries to make use of what little moisture it does have and starts to drop excess leaves. This often leaves just a stem of the plant and eventually it is barren. Okay, let's check the moisture on this plant. If we stick our finger in there, it is excessively dry. So this plant, as its leaves are implying, does need quite a bit of water. Notice the yellowing and the discoloration of the leaves, and it seems a little drooped as well as a little yellow. And as we do that same test, we stick our finger in, it's very dry and not a lot of moisture, which means this does need to be watered to recover. Some prevention for this is going to be knowing your plant's watering needs for its survivability. Some moisture testing on the soil, as we covered earlier in this video, will also help you to understand what the moisture level is on your plant. Deep watering also stimulates the plant's root growth, so ensuring that when you do water, the water gets all the way down to the roots. Most plants do need water about once a week. For cooler months, more as the months get drier. Developing a good watering schedule ensures that your water levels on your plants remain nominal. Plants need more than water and sun to thrive. All soil is not equal. Properties may vary from type to type. Choosing the right soil for your plant's needs are vital to its survival. Plants basically use soil for three purposes: support, water, and nutrition. For support and water, the density and the composition determines how firmly the roots hold and how much the water drains. The composition of the soil is a mixture of sand, dirt, rocks, and moss. This allows for a porosity that allows water to drain, as well as the roots to travel through the medium to grab hold. This is a good combination of moss, sand, and some gravel. Nutrition is also absorbed from the soil, which a plant prefers high nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. This can be either mixed in manually or purchased from your local nursery in good quantities. Ignoring any of these will result in a lack of growth, yellowing, or possibly even stunting of your plant. Factoring all these needs in for your plant will determine the type of soil you need, which will ensure a long, healthy life for your plant. Plants are vulnerable to a variety of threats. Two of the more common threats are pests and disease. Regular inspection of your plant may be crucial to the elimination of these threats. Checking your plant weekly under the leaves, on the stems, and on the surface soil weekly could be a big help to your plant. Aphids and spider mites are two of the more prevalent problems that garden enthusiasts deal with. They steal nutrients from the plant and often distress the plant and weaken it to potentially cause disease and other problems to occur. Organic treatments are preferred over chemical by both the environment and your plant, and often doing a better job. Prevention is often more important than treatment. Simple removal of dead or diseased matter, such as this, may reduce the amount of pests and prevent the spread of disease to the rest of your plants. Mulch is also another option where it will also prevent certain types of pests and improve soil quality. However, do be cautious. Too much can promote rot. By getting to know your garden, you can go a long way in preventing the common pitfalls that some garden enthusiasts face. Proper watering habits will ensure your garden will not drown nor go thirsty. Having the right type of soil for your plants will ensure their ability to flourish over the years. Routine inspections of your plants can help you prevent unwanted outbreaks of disease or pests. With a little care and attention, your plants will reward you with beauty for years to come.
Mahalo to our viewers for watching today's episode of Conversations in the Garden. Garden plant care, mistakes to avoid. If you have suggestions on topics you'd like us to cover, please leave us a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Link in the description. Stay tuned for our next episode.